This 1 Degree Outside video is brought to you by Fiesta Shows.
This holiday season, experience the magic of the celebration of lights. Drive through over a mile of glittering road transformed into a wonderland of color with more than 1 million LED lights in the Merrimack Valley, South Shore, Central Mass, and Maine. Now through January 3rd, save on tickets and enter to win at fiesta.onedegreeoutside.com.
Breaking down the next 2 weeks of weather, this is Pattern Predictions. I'm meteorologist Danielle Noyes. You can get the 14-day forecast right in our free weather app for your specific location, but this is the why behind the forecast and what you may notice changing in the coming couple of weeks. A reminder, more exclusive content from us and help support our mission. 4 membership levels to choose from, all the details, including how to sign up, at membership.onedegreeoutside.com. All right, we like to start oftentimes with the height to 500 millibars, essentially a layer of the atmosphere, the purples representing the colder temperatures and the oranges representing warmer temperatures. What is dominating most of the northern United States, including us here in New England? Shots of cold air. We get one blast that comes in behind an Arctic cold front Thursday night into Friday. Then it eases just somewhat heading into the start of the weekend. Then another blast comes in for the beginning part of next week. Do you notice what's carved out to this trough, this dip in the jet stream with these lobes kind of swirling around it? Now, towards December 12th, 13th, 14th, and towards the middle part of the month, we see a little bit of an easing in terms of the cold air in place. But notice what happens, another dip coming in of the polar vortex into the northern plains and the Midwest, and that will head towards New England. So even though we get mild ahead of it, these shots of cold air come in, which a couple of weeks ago when Matt talked about it here, that was the story, the disjointed cold that comes in, lets go and eases a bit, and then comes back in as the polar vortex tends to weaken somewhat, which is a little counterintuitive. When it does that, it can break off into pieces, and that's when we get these shots that do come in. You'll see the temperature difference from normal here on this map, and the blues and greens indicate colder than average, and that is the case across a lot of the eastern and northern tier of the United States. The West Coast does warm up just a little bit. That extends into Canada, but most of New England, aside from maybe a couple days where it's near seasonable or slightly above that, sees a colder than average pattern right on through the middle part of the month, even towards the middle where we get some warming up and down the East Coast. We are still near or maybe even slightly cooler than average at times before these blasts come in. Well, how does that translate into daytime highs? Well, most temperatures will be running in the 30s. There's a couple exceptions you see here, and that's the blast of cold air that comes in Thursday night into Friday, so highs will only be in the 20s. Keep in mind this is New England-wide average. Then we bump it back up, still cooler than average, but a little bit of a moderation for the upcoming weekend for the 6th and 7th. Then another blast of cold air in the 20s for Monday and Tuesday. Then we're still cooler than average. There's that little bump up towards the end of the period where we may come close to the mid to upper 30s again, but it's generally an at or cooler than average period that extends for the overnight lows as well. Look at this blast that comes in, single digits and teens for Thursday night into Friday morning, and then into the upcoming weekend too. Another surge of cold air for the start of next week, which means some real chilly overnight lows. I wouldn't be surprised if we go sub-zero in some of far northern New England, both Friday morning and then again heading into the start of next week. And then again, a gradual moderation towards the end of the period into the 20s, but very cold overnight lows. It's a classic winter pattern. Now, precipitation. There's some storms that come in off of the Gulf. Tap the Gulf for moisture, the Atlantic. So the southeastern United States, it's above average precipitation here over the 2-week period. Quieter than average, or drier, I should say, across the central United States, but some big storminess out in the Pacific Northwest extends into the Intermountain West and into the eastern seaboard, where we should be near normal, although far northern New England may be above average in terms of snowfall. And we'll look at that in a second. What does that mean for daily chances of precipitation? It's an active pattern. That means every few days there's something to watch. So for Thursday, the Arctic front brings snow showers and squalls. That's why you see it elevated. Then it goes back down. This upcoming weekend, and we talked about this in Insights, there's a southern stream and a northern stream disturbance may increase the chance of a rain or snow shower on Saturday. Then it goes back down. And then through the middle part of next week, a couple quick moving cold fronts and clipper systems elevates the chance for some snow showers as well. Then it goes back down, then back up towards the end of the period with some of that milder, all relative, air trying to come back in, and that may promote some showers as well. What does it mean for snowfall amounts? Well, the snowpack continues to expand They're measuring it in feet across the Intermountain West. Loving this for winter sports enthusiasts and snow lovers. And you do notice the Great Lakes, and here in New England, we are adding to that pack with upslope snow every time as well. There will likely be some additional snow, even all the way into southern New England with the colder than average temperature regime that's in place. The only thing I would say is that with such cold air in place, sometimes that can inhibit the storms and they'll stay a little bit farther to the south. We can see if we can link up that cold air coming in with some of the moisture that will be working up the eastern seaboard. Either way, no matter how you cut it, northern New England especially, I mean, this is just prime for building the snowpack and getting those snow guns fired up, which they have been. Now, you can watch us on our streaming network 24/7, anytime, anywhere. Smart TV, open up the YouTube app, search 1 Degree Outside Network, always at 1degreeoutside.live if you are on your computer or a tablet, and just tap the home screen of our app to watch the stream as well.